Hi there, it's me again, Eric, on my rant. I meant to put this up yesterday, but I just got busy with some college work and working on a presentation. But I'm doing this right now, so be happy if you're watching this at all. So today I want to talk about Kanye West. Yeah, I think we all know pretty much what's going on with Kanye, kind of. But to begin, let's just talk about like Kanye just in general. Like let's talk about from like sort of like the beginning. I mean, its first major project was College Dropout, and that's pretty much like almost an instant hip hop classic. Everyone loved it. They were really interested in Kanye, and before that, he actually helped produce work for Jay Z's The Blueprint album a couple of years earlier before that. So everyone liked Kanye. Like he was new. He was from the Chicago area, so and the last time we really heard anything from like a rapper from Chicago was Common and maybe like a couple other like lesser known rappers. Yeah, after College Dropout, there came Late Registration, which is again a pretty good album, and of course the one following that, Graduation, another great album. Though some people will probably hate one that's on Stronger because it's sort of like a remix of like a Daft Punk song. I hear it. Maybe I'm not sure about that, but I think like the next album that came out was 808s and Heartbreak, and that was like after Kanye's mom recently passed away, so it was like more emotional. It's not really like it's probably not known for its best work, but there's still a couple songs that I liked. But this is where we see Kanye do more experimental stuff that we'll see later on in Yeezus, but back to that later. After 808s and Heartbreak, I might be missing something, but I think the next one after that was Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and that's possibly one of the no, not possibly. It is one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. I mean, Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is sort of like for me like the Eminem show. Like I can't find a track on there that I don't like. Like Eminem, like sort of like on the Eminem show, like every song I can never see myself skipping a track. And so the same thing with Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's how great I see it. Like featured rappers like Jay Z, uh, Nicki Minaj, Raekwon I think is on there as well. But it was just a really great album. Just it like I think it won best rap album of the year. Probably would have won best album of the year, but next came. But of course, about a year or so later, came out Watch the Throne, an album made by both Kanye and Jay Z. Now, I'm not saying this album like it's a good album, but honestly, I think the only reason people are so hyped up about is because it features like two of hip hop's greatest like rappers at that time. Like Kanye, of course, you already just said like he released BDTF, and then like Jay Z's just been around and known as a legend. So I think that's the only reason people really like it that much. But anyway, losing trend. Then there's like good music thing, and not gonna talk about that. Then Yeezus, like it's an album that takes a while to grow on you, you know, like and also at this point of time as well with Kanye himself, like he sort of recently got married to Kim Kardashian, though I still don't know why. Don't know if the baby came before or after. Probably betting that the baby came after the marriage. But anyway, Kanye's first baby, which don't get me wrong, like I bet their child is really great, really wonderful, but named her North, Northwest, named her after an airline that no longer exists. I don't know what you're thinking there, Kanye. But yeah, Kanye at this point as well, at the same time as Yeezus, like he's doing like a little bit weirder stuff, being a little bit more arrogant than usual, but we all kind of tolerate that. Like, and this point, of course, he's well into venturing into like the his fashion line and his shoes and all that stuff. But then, of course, after Yeezus, pretty much almost right away, talk began about his new upcoming album. And to be honest, nothing was really until like this year. Like, there's nothing really unusual about like this album. Like, we all know it takes a long time to like make an album, especially for someone that's as famous as Kanye. But the reason why people were so hyped up is because people just can't seem to stop talking about it. And he released tracks like Only One, which is about his daughter, with Paul McCartney, and with Paul McCartney as well, made All Day, which is like reminds me sort of like a Lil Wayne song, unfortunately, where he like keeps writing the N word with the N word over and over and over again. And I'm like, the first thought of my head is like, why is Paul McCartney working on this song? Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm glad he was, but why? But then, like, of course, after that, I think there's like one other song that I'm probably forgetting about. But then the next one is No More Parties in L.A. And that's with Kendrick Lamar, and that's really great song actually. It's really great song. And of course, this year came, and we're all ready for this upcoming album. First, it was called So Help Me God. Then he switched it to Swish. Then it switched to Waves, and now, like pretty much right before like he was gonna like play for his fashion show, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna switch it again. TLOP. Guess what it is? I'm like, why keep changing the title like this? Like, I understand like a rapper might change the title like once, maybe twice, but like this time as well, Kanye's just like releasing all these sort of Twitter rants. One of them being about like kills Cosby is innocent, and that's pretty much it. It's like, regardless of what I think, if I agree with you or not, what are you doing right now? I mean, Kanye's literally losing his mind. But I think that all became clear when we found out, like, on the day of his, like, big Yeezus season lineup when he played his album. Like, we were all expecting to go, like, on iTunes or, like, go to the store or something if you're like me and you actually still do that. But then he just, like, I'm never, never, never gonna release it to Apple. You can only get it on Tidal. Like, what the hell's Tidal? Does anyone really know what Tidal is? So, like, website you stream, like, and pretty much, I think it's like same site that Rihanna released her most recent album as well. But the fact that he says he's never, never, never gonna release it on Apple, especially after he came out saying that he's $53 million in debt. I'm like, what are you doing? I know you're not gonna get that much money from selling on Apple, but you need that money. But now he's like asking Mark Zuckerberg, creator of Facebook, on Twitter, which is ironic, for $1 billion to invest in the United States. Like, what are you doing right now? You're losing it. Then he came out saying like, I made Taylor Swift famous. And like, how? How did you make her famous? I do not see this connection. The only time I've ever actually seen you once in like interact with Taylor Swift when you took the microphone from her during an award show. What is wrong with you right now? And yeah, in case you're up onto like hip hop like online websites like me, you would like find out that like fellow Chicago rapper Rhymefest, who has worked with Kanye before, like he said like for a long time now that he tells Kanye he needs to work on he needs to like improve his like spiritual self. Like he's in like some sort of like dark, like not dark, like some sort of like weird place where he's not exactly thinking straight and such not. And he says he's been trying to get to Kanye to like improve himself for a long time now, but never any really cooperation with Kanye. And I think I heard like yesterday to do like I'm confirmed as of right now, of course, but that like Kim wants Kanye to go to like therapy because there's something because seriously, something is really messed up with Kanye. Like he says he's never going to release an Apple, even though he's $53 million in debt, and prefers to like beg like Mark Zuckerberg, someone who's I think is younger than him, to invest in his ideas, whatever that means. Probably not going to pay him back because he's in debt. And then like all this Taylor Swift stuff, I'm just like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, is something like seriously mentally wrong with him or something? I mean, he's. I mean, we all know that Kanye is the kind of rapper that likes to be a little bit arrogant, but that was like in sort of like a moderate amount. So I'm be like, oh, that's just his like personal quality trait. Like it's what makes him him, and like for the most, and like ever since he released College Dropout, like I kind of like that about him. Like a little bit cocky, but not like too overly about it. But now he's. Does anyone know a good person to compare this to, like Ozzy Osbourne or something? I don't know. Oh crap! I was gonna say something here on here as well, but yeah, Kanye is seriously in need of help of some kind right now. I mean, does anyone here really like the way he's acting? Anyway, there's also reports saying that he's going to release a physical release of it, which is probably like the best thing he's come up with, especially since he plans on. Oh yeah, that's right. Like on the first day, like TLP, TLOP, which is actually the life of Pablo, was like sort of released. It got pirated over 500,000 times, and now Kanye plans on like bringing Pirate Bay to court to sue them. Like, I mean, yeah, technically what they're doing is illegal, but you need like someone to like represent Pirate Bay. I don't think there's really, and I don't think anyone's really stupid enough to be like, oh yeah, like I work at Pirate Bay or I'm one of the main like creators of Pirate Bay. Like no one's gonna do that. I mean, the reason, but Kanye, the reason why the pirate is so much is because you're not releasing it the normal way. I mean, yeah, that's basically my rant. Like, Kanye is not what he used to be. I mean, he's, he still is a hip hop legend, kind of, but now he's just like a crazy man right now. He's not thinking straight. He's kind of pathetic, actually. Like, he's actually pretty pathetic right now. Like, begging money on social websites to not only Zuckerberg but other people as well. Now release an Apple, even though he would get some money to help pay off his debt, and like, and people around him are also telling Kanye that he needs to get some help, like trying to bring him Pirate Bay to court, even though that's going to be impossible. I mean, yeah, that's what I have to say about Kanye right now. Comment below for any like suggestions of what I should talk about next. Otherwise, I'll just keep picking my own. But that's what I have to say right now. Help, Kanye. Hope you get some help soon, man. Do you really think what you're doing right now is really the best thing you can do? But anyway, see you next time.